now tuned into the greatest.
The other one, not this one.
Damn, Casey.
Okay.
Hey, Casey, did you pay the bill, bro?
I paid the bill's
pay
on
the bill,
auto
bro?
pay.
Shit, dude.
The bill's on auto pay.
God dang. Oh my goodness. All right, let's just hop into it. So listen, I've just made the announcement. The open-ended announcement so I can create more content, but the news is out there. It's time. I'm opening a restaurant. We're doing this.
Oh yeah. Where at? In the peninsula?
Yeah. So no, I'm not. You talking about California?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I hate to say that. I know this is going to sound kind of arrogant, but I think opening a restaurant here in California would be too easy for me.
Oh.
And I hate to say it like that because
Ooh.
you know what I'm saying? I hate the sound. I know that sounds fucking stupid, but I've had plenty of offers to open up a restaurant here in San Francisco in the Bay Area, also Los Angeles. But the problem is there are so many rules and regulations. It's like a prison cell. It's absolute chaos, man. It's not even worth it. And actually, it's really discouraging. If you want to open a wood-fired restaurant in California, dude, fucking forget about it. It is an absolute nightmare. You have to have so much capital. It's just crazy. Like it's ridiculous, actually. So I was part of the Saison group when we opened the two new angler concepts, one here in Los Angeles, one in San Francisco. And let me tell you something. It was an absolute nightmare. Fucking nightmare. $7 million was for one restaurant in San Francisco. Wasn't even enough.
Excuse me?
Was not
7?
enough. That's ridiculous. But we're gonna open a restaurant.
7 mil?
7 mil, dude. 7 mil. 7 mil. And I had to write another deck for the next restaurant. It was crazy.
But you guys went.
I shouldn't say I wrote it, but I was part of opening.
You guys went all out though, right? Because like I haven't been, but I know that the facade inside is immaculate as well, right? The big old tanks and everything.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, there wasn't one wasted space. There was a lot of things that kind of didn't make sense, but at the same time, it's a really good setup. But no, I actually had the opportunity to cook for some VCs in Montana. And so, Montana is the wild, wild west.
Right.
So we are opening up a restaurant in Montana, in Hamilton, Montana, right in between in the Bitterroot Valley. So it's going to be dope. One, because it's going to be super challenging, but at the same time, Montana's like the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. And it's a fraction of the cost. Right. And the reason why I was super excited about Montana is because that is a place where I think like truly, I can curate a new type of cuisine. You know what I mean? It's uncharted area that no chef has. You don't hear about any chefs from Montana. You know what I'm saying? Well, why don't we start with that? Give us a little rundown, 2 to 3 minutes of who you are, where you're from, what made you start cooking.
So I'm Chef Michael Lawrence, also known as Sexy Comida on the TikTok and Instagram and all that. I started in Vegas. Like we moved to Vegas when I was 10 years old, and that's kind of like where it all started. And it started off being a dishwasher, like being a knucklehead dishwasher. And then as I progressed and like moved around, like I always had like a weird kitchen job or whatever, because it was easy money for me. And then when I finally decided that I was moving to San Francisco in the Bay Area, and I worked for one sous chef who like slayed, I realized I was like, oh, this is what's up. This is where I'm at. And like the head chef wouldn't let him put any of his specials on, even when he ran them. They were dope. And it just like opened my eyes, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. And from there, it just like snowballed. Once I moved to Oakland, stuff started cracking off like no other. And then I had a vegan sushi pop up. I trusted some people that I shouldn't have trusted, and it kind of fell apart. And then COVID happened. It all kind of happened all together with the panorama. And then I moved back to my roots in the Central Valley, California, where all the United States produce is grown.
Yeah, nice. What part of Central Valley?
Merced, like Livingston to be exact, but like Merced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
We own 80 acres of almond orchard.
Oh, okay. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope, dude. That's dope, man. Do you like green almonds?
Hell yeah, man. I just did a video of a salsa rustica with green almonds in it.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah, dude, California almonds are the best, man. Especially when you get them unpasteurized, they're amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I forgot what the name of the farm is, but I get them from a local farm here that doesn't pasteurize them. They're not heat treated. They taste so much better.
I mean, I'll go cut some off the tree for you before you
Dude,
move away. But
straight up.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
you.
that's crazy. So that's pretty cool, man. So you're California. Have you been born and raised in California?
I was born and raised in California, and we moved to Vegas when I was 10. So I'd say I
Yeah.
grew up in Vegas.
Yeah. So I cooked in Vegas too. I like Vegas a lot. That's cool, man. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, it's crazy. I don't even know if what are your plans in the future? Where do you see this TikTok thing going? What are you trying to do?
Bro, I don't know, man. It's crazy because like I got on TikTok because we just had a baby. She's 7 months old. And I was a stay-at-home dad and like kind of bored and missing the kitchen. So I like I had a TikTok. My wife and I were doing it together. And then it just kind of fell off. And then I hopped back on it. I made that drama oil and it blew up. I met Casey, I met all the guys, and like I didn't realize that there's such a community on there.
Yeah.
So it's been crazy. And then like ebb and flow, and I just got a CDC position at a place that's opening up in Turlock.
Mm-hmm.
And so everything's kind of fallen off because I've been like, we're opening and I'm running through spreadsheets and recipes and making sure we're set to go.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Tell us about that position and how it's working out, and what type of restaurant is it?
So it's New American, New Californian is what they're calling it. Chef is originally from SAC, and he's cool. So I dropped the resume as a joke because we kept seeing it open up, and there's not like good food around in the Central Valley.
Yeah.
So I dropped my resume as a joke because there was no information on it, and he called me literally like 4 or 5 days later. It was like, "You're my man. You're my number 2," and I was like, okay, what's the pay? Yada yada. And then Chef and I got to talking, and I really like his style.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like between the two of us, it's gonna be fun. So
yeah. Was this an existing restaurant? Or is it?
It was an existing restaurant that they gutted. I think what the owner owns the building and was renting it and is like done with that because they decked it out. We've got a Joel's grill, wood burning grill, and like custom made from Spain. It's got like a lot of really fancy equipment and a market. So we're gonna do an artisanal market as well. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really dope. So who's gonna be the stay-at-home dad now?
Well, we're gonna pay out the nose for childcare apparently.
Yeah. That's rough because I'm assuming your wife works too.
Yeah, she's in tech.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tough situation. Everybody's family is different, man. But like, I think especially now is probably the best time to go for a CDC position or, hop back into the restaurant game, especially starting from the ground up. And I mean, that's my plan too, man. Like I'm ready to pick up. So I've been in California for 9 years, the better part of 9 years. So since 2013, 14 or something, I don't know, 2015, I forgot. But, I think like if I were to stay here, I wouldn't want to live in Los Angeles, San Francisco, or any big cities, man. But it's like,
what's up?
The thing is like, for me, I want to explore something new because for like my chef life, I've like, even now, like now it's the summertime and all the stone fruits are coming out. The farmer's market's beautiful, but it's like, bro, I've already used all of these ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, they're hands down. I went to the farmer's market already. Yeah, exactly, man. It's like, fuck, man. Like, like asparagus season was here. I get my asparagus from Zuckerman Farms, and like, it's big, it's beautiful, it's amazing. But that's what I'm like trying to say. Like, I don't mean to sound cocky. So basically, what I was saying before our internet was cutting out is like, I announced that I'm opening a restaurant, and that's going to happen first quarter next year. I found some investors that are perfect, ideal, absolutely amazing people. I had the opportunity to cook for them. They want to open a restaurant. I want to open a restaurant. We're going to open this restaurant in Hamilton, Montana. And that is like the town that is pretty much popping out of all, like, it's the next town that's on the come up, right? So real estate has doubled, the population has doubled. It's in a spot like in between the Bitterroot Valley where the two mountains. So the weather is kind of chill. It's not like ice cold, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is like I want to get into like new products, right? I want to go foraging for wild berries. I want to meet all the ranchers and all the farmers, and I want to literally create the new American cuisine, right? So for me, I'm 100% American, all right? Like I might look Spanish, but I'm not. But I'm 100% American, right?
Huh, might look
And it's like
Spanish.
it's like I have worked with so many French chefs, European chefs, and dude, they all like I remember growing up in the kitchen and they were like, oh, this like they look at like Americans as like, kind of dumb, you know what I mean?
Right.
And rightfully so, I get it. But I want to pave the way for like real true like American progressive cuisine, you know what I mean? Because everything we do now is like a derivative from French or Spanish, or it doesn't like it's all a derivative, but I kind of want to like take the reins and like put a stamp on Montana, like, hey, and like represent, you know what I mean? And plus I really want to get into like game meat and like do wildfowl. Like I want to do so much and I'm so excited, and hopefully it works out. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be great.
So
But we'll see.
with that, you're not afraid of it being just like a steak and potatoes place and like not hitting the mark as far as like being not approachable?
Yeah,
that's what we're worried about at our new place too, is because it's all farmers and stuff,
Yeah, so I think honestly, I think that's a great question, and I'm glad you asked because, dude, the restaurant is definitely going to have steakhouse vibes. I'm not even going to lie. I think the most important thing first is when I get there is, this is going to be the baseline, right? So if, there's not an elite palate in Montana, let's be honest. I'm going to do steak and potatoes very well. It's going to have steakhouse-ish vibes, big cuts, all this. But let me tell you something, I'm going to put some shit on the map, right? So when I say like steakhouse, it's like, it's going to be like, yeah, of course, steak on a plate. But then also we're going to do like, I want to do extra things. Like I want to do whatever I discover. Like I want it to be a destination place, but also a place that takes care of the locals, because I think that's really important. You have to listen, here's a good example. Like if KC comes, right, if he comes to the restaurant, I'm not going to give him steak on a plate, right? Now, however, I will say, hey, KC, check it out. This steak comes from Idaho. It comes from this farm. This is the cow's name. I dry aged for 36 days. I think there's a story behind that.
I would eat a cow.
The locals. Yeah, I think that's a story behind that with the locals. But if I have some like, some top end chefs come in, I'm not going to give them the steak and potato. I'm definitely going to hook them up with something that they've never had before, something that is unique to Montana. Even when I was doing my tasting, see, what people don't realize is Montana, they keep everything to themselves, man. I saw some cherries that blew my socks off, right? I saw some wild berries that were in the grocery store. They were in the frozen section, but they have certain things there that they don't share with the United States. Dairy farms, they have goat milk, goat cheese. And this is what I want to discover. And I think what's going to be really important is trying to, create this new type of cuisine, this new brand that is going to be all via social media, right? Like with the power of social media, it doesn't matter where the restaurant's at. If it's good, people are going to come. They're going to make.
They will come.
Yeah, straight up. Like, and listen, I love that you asked that question, because I think all chefs nowadays, I think I'm going to have to say, you need to take care of your local clientele. These are the people that are going to represent for you, right? Like straight up. Like go ahead.
So what I've been doing already, like even before I officially had the job, because they made me jump through some hoops. This is the most hoops I've ever had to jump through for a cooking position. And like, it's fine. But at the same time, it's like, bro, this is the Central Valley. Like I didn't need to do a tasting, but I did, but I was already talking to local farmers because my family knows farmers. So I was already talking to them and like really dialing it in. And I think that like, as the menu changes, things will change, but we're going to anchor our menu with some of the name local farmers and get that whole aspect really tied in, where they want to come and bring their families as well as like, show off what they do. Cause like a lot of farmers, especially in the Central Valley, don't they are proud of their stuff, but they don't really show it off because of like Blue Diamond or like other bigger companies that you sign a contract way back when you first bought your farm, and then you're stuck to that, you know?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, man. Dude, and it's so funny because some of these farmers, man, they don't care about making millions of dollars. They don't care about like making 200, dude, but they have the best product on the planet.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
Especially in California. Look, I'll give you a good example. There is a guy, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but you know Andy's Orchard in Morgan Hill?
Is that the dude with the strawberries? No.
No, he literally has the best stone fruit ever.
Okay.
Like the absolute best stone. I don't care what anybody says. I've tasted so many stone fruit all up in here in California. Andy's Orchard is the best. And no, this is not sponsored, but I'm telling you. He only listen, bro. He'll sell to a few markets, but he only specifically sells to the Santa Monica Farmers Market in Los Angeles. He does one fucking market. Best stone fruit. He could sell at the Ferry Building. He could sell so many markets here, but they choose just to do this one, and they really focused on tree ripened stone fruit. Absolute best, man. It literally is the best, man. The flavor combos that he has, they're just absolutely delicious. But what I was saying is, they're not out here, mailing all across the US. They're not out here and I told him I'm like, Andy, you have the best stone fruit, man, I've ever had in my life. And you could do so much more business. And it's crazy because, a lot of farmers are just like him. They're farmers. They're not really interested in that. They're not really business savvy,
Yeah.
And same goes for a lot of people that just, they just want to go to the farmer's market, sell what they have to sell, and then call it a day.
Yeah.
And so I know exactly what you're saying. But I would be really curious to see if offsite catering would be good for your business as well.
Bro, the space is so big. I don't even want to think about that right now. It's so big. Like the pickle program alone right now is looking like a whole job already. Like because we're gonna be doing for the restaurant and for the market, and we don't have anything started. I have some stuff at my house, like some Scoobies and some other things that like I'm gonna bring.
Yeah,
but like we don't have any baseline. It's all like brand new. Chef's not coming with any like starters or anything. We have a pizza oven, so the market's going to do pizza as well. And we're starting our own sourdough starter from scratch. I think we started that like 2 days ago. And we have a July 5th.
Fresh.
We have a July 5th opening date.
No.
Yeah.
You're not even ready?
You're not crazy? Look,
I'm
like 3 weeks.
Vacation right now.
2 weeks.
Wait.
2 week open.
Hold on. Bro, you don't have a menu or anything yet?
We have a menu.
Have you started? Do you have staff?
I'm number 2. We have another guy who's green, also from the Bay. So he's from the Central Valley, but worked in the Bay Area, like worked in San Francisco. He actually knows some of my buddies, Bay Area stuff. But we have a menu. We had some snags. And like, I don't want to get too in depth on like what I think is going. I don't want to make assumptions or anything, but I think it's hemorrhaging money and they want to open. So here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
breakfast, lunch, dinner, or just breakfast, lunch?
Just dinner. And then we'll slowly open up. And from what I'm told is I'm going to be in charge of brunch, which I hate brunch service, but I love cooking breakfast food. So
yeah. Listen, I'm not going to lie.
Can I just say that? Brunch can suck a dick.
But listen, it's the best for revenue, man. Let me tell you. It's the fucking best, dude. I don't care what anybody says.
I know.
Listen, because one, just as I know, you can charge a little bit extra for eggs. Ain't nobody gonna say shit.
Yep.
And two, it's like you can wrap up everything you purchased that week and tie it into a brunch menu, no problem. You're gonna sell it, and if you do a good job, people will come back every Sunday for brunch.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, as a chef, it's like the double-edged sword, right? You want that Sunday morning to yourself, but at the same time, if you set it up right, you can have somebody else work brunch.
Hey,
but it's
let's put it this way. My first like real chef job, like head exec or whatever, head chef, was for a place in Oakland. I'm not going to name names, but it was right on the lake. Homeboy had 2 restaurants. The brunch from the original restaurant floated both restaurants, and the second restaurant was hemorrhaging money. Yeah. And brunch floated both places.
See, that's what I'm saying.
2 days a week floated 2 restaurants. So wild.
That's what I'm saying, man. If you do, bro, and this is what I try to tell people, like, even like, let's say you do 10 to 15K in brunch sales, right? What people don't realize is the profit margin is wide the
Yeah.
fuck open.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's what
it's
people
so
don't
low.
understand. It's like the cost of goods going out. Like, here's a good example. At night, if you sell a whole bunch of steaks and fish and this and that, the check average is going to be high, but the profit margin is going to be low.
Yeah.
So I think what's really important is people need to take in consideration. And, chefs, if you're out there and you need to open up a brunch service, just fucking do it. Just
Do it.
bite the bullet and do it, because the more you resist, the more money you take out of your pocket. And it's just the way of the world. But anyway, I hope it goes well, man. It's going to be challenging for sure, especially considering you less than 2 weeks. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, that you need to have a soft opening first,
Needs to
man.
have-
So that's what
It needs to have
the
training
fifth
and
is,
everything.
like, soft opening, but from there we're open 7 days a week. But it's like they're doing orientation right now as I'm sitting in Santa Cruz about to go to the beach after this.
Damn.
Yeah.
For front of the house and cooks, or no?
Well, everything. They're doing everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would definitely. That's rough, dude. That's gonna be rough.
Yeah. It's tough.
All right, so are you in charge of the scheduling and all of that, or just
So-
the kitchen for now?
for now, just the kitchen. We haven't really discussed like what it is. I know that I've been going through. So chef opened up his spreadsheets and everything for me, and I'm right now, while I'm on vacation, I'm cross-referencing recipes and order guides and the menu and making sure that everything's in line. I'm fine-tuning all the prep lists and just making sure that we're like all the admin stuff is close to ready to go by the time I get back.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. That's
Jeez.
not a vacation. You're working.
Yeah, it's your work right now. Your brain's going overtime.
Yeah,
While you're trying to relax.
because I've been off for a whole year,
Yeah,
like not
that's true.
doing
I feel
nothing.
you.
So I feel fresh and like ready
feel
to
you.
come back.
Yeah. If I were you, I would try to fight for your time, though, man. You know what I'm saying? So as a chefs, like, I try to tell people all the time, man, like, it's easy to just fucking work 7 days a week, 12 to 14-hour days. But I can honestly tell you that's going to shorten your career. So just be cautious. Just be
So-
cautious, man.
I already made sure of that. I was like, look, I want X amount or these other things in turn for X amount. The lower that number goes, I need 2 consecutive days off. I'm only going to work 10 hours a day. Like, that doesn't mean that I won't put in extra hours, but I'm only contractually obligated to 10 hours a day and like all this other stuff. And I pretty much got it all.
Yeah.
So,
well, because the restaurant industry is starting to change, like, listen, I'm not going to lie. I look back in my career and I'm like, I just wasted so much fucking time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Literally grinding away for absolutely
Yep.
nothing. You know what I'm saying? And guess what, man? I am not going to expect anybody to do that. I'm not going to ask anybody to do that. Sorry, let me turn off my freaking notifications here. Jesus. Okay. I'm not going to ask any of my chefs to do that. I really want to create work-life balance. I mean, hey, you know what? Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
For everybody out there, work-life balance. Let me tell you something. This is my personal opinion. That shit does not fucking exist. Okay. And let me tell you, now let me come back a little bit. Work-life balance, I've been fighting for the whole last, I would say, better part of two years. But what I realize is, like, if I am creating content or, creating videos on the internet or creating content, guess what? My family life is suffering, or my work life is suffering. If I'm at work, then my family life and my content is suffering, right? So it's like there's this delicate balance of all of the things. And what I recommend, because right now I'm burning the candle at both ends, man. I'm trying to stay fit. I'm trying to create content on the daily, and also I'm trying to, I'm in the process of moving to a different state with the whole family.
Yeah,
Whole
that's
family.
crazy.
Oh, it's tough, but you know what? At the same time, it's like, I think if we get through this part, like, it's going to be easy from here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got to get over this little hump. But anyway, so what I was saying is, like, I think what's been really important for me is, like, timing out my day. So, waking up early, taking care of this before this time, and then blocking out certain parts of the day to just absolutely focus on what the fuck I'm focusing at in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think this is really important. This is my advice to all the young chefs, young cooks out there. If you are working from, let's say, 9 to 5, like 9 to 5, you need to audit your time before 9 and after 5. All right. Like, I don't care what anybody says, man. Like, if you're at work from 10 to 12 hours a day, there's two things that are, if you're at work for more than I would say, let's say 45, 50 hours in a week, one, it's either way understaffed, or two, you're just not managing your time properly. And I think I truly believe that. And like for me now, I think it's so important for me. So basically for this restaurant, we have the option of what we want to do. And for me, definitely going to be closed 1 or 2 days a week. I just want to close the fucking restaurant. Like,
Yeah, man.
let's keep the labor clean. And I want to push for 4 days, 10-hour shifts, 3 days off. You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, I think that creates the most balance. I think it truly does. It's something that the Europeans are doing, or in Europe they're doing in kitchens, and I think it's something really, really to take in consideration. Or it's going to be the 5 days, 8-hour shifts. Like, I don't want to be working my managers into the fucking ground. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not worth it, because then everybody burns out. So.
Well, yeah, and then all of that trickles down. I remember being a manager, like a kitchen manager, and like being burnt out. My dog's having issues and I'm burnt out, and then that just trickles down all the way down to the guest, the guest that gets the food. Like it goes all the way through, and that's not good. That's not good for anybody at that point.
Dude, I agree with you 100%, man. So you're not freaking out at all that you open in 2 weeks?
Nah.
Bro, I'll be shitting my pants right now. I'm set. You know what? It's kind of my problem too, because I'm a control freak. I like to have everything fucking lined up. Like, that's why, like, I'm like, for me, I'm so excited that like the investors in this restaurant, like, they made it crystal clear. They're like, listen, we're not restaurant operators. This is yours. Like, it's just not what they do. You know what I mean? I think that's so important. No, you know what's up? They also own the building straight out. That is what's up.
Wow.
Yep.
So listen to all my chefs out there. Listen, don't listen to anybody when they tell you they want to open a restaurant and they're willing to give you money. It's not that easy. It's not. Trust me. You need to make sure the investors are good investors. They're good partners. You need to make sure of this, that they don't have ill intentions. Also, depending on where you open a restaurant, I'm going to be honest, like, to open a restaurant in San Francisco right now, god damn, fuck that. It is an absolute shit show with all the homeless people. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you've been to San Francisco lately, but
me? No, I haven't.
Bro, last time I went to San Francisco, I was so sad, man. I was so sad.
It's worse now?
It's so bad, man. It's so bad. And they're not, like, the problem is they're not fucking doing anything about it. Like, nothing is happening, bro. The homelessness is absolutely out of control. People are breaking in windows. Like, dude, it's chaos. What they show on the news is not actually what's happening. It's crazy. Right. And it's like, now it's like, it's almost embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really is. And the problem with me is I have 2 kids, so I can't take my kids to the city.
Yeah.
But I think what's really important is, for all these chefs coming up that want to open restaurants, make sure you do the numbers. Look at the financials. Look at them. Because that's really important.
Yeah.
Just come to Jersey. Forget the West Coast. Just come Jersey, this way. Come
listen,
by
bro,
me.
Jersey ain't, listen, New York, Jersey, Miami.
No, we're ridiculous on this side. Don't.
Yeah. I'm saying, to open a restaurant, you need a lot of capital.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, I'm going to let you in on my secret right now. Because before this, I told myself I was never going to work for nobody again. My pop-up was doing amazing. Vegan sushi, that niche in the Bay Area, it was cracking. Fools were like talking about the other one in San Francisco. I'm not going to name names or nothing. And like comparing the two. But now I'm in a position where, like, we're thinking about moving to Portugal and like expatting to Portugal. We're both my partner and I are both 3rd or 4th generation Portuguese. So we're like thinking about doing that. And I'm like, well, if they're gonna pay me what I need, then we can just save up. I don't have to really worry about it. Chef's already told me that like I don't need to worry about the numbers. I'm gonna worry about them because that's what we do, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
But I
course.
don't need to. That's him, and all I got to do is make good food and make sure everybody's on point. So that's all I'm gonna do. And to me, it just seems like a chance to really like kick back and have fun
Yeah.
in a kitchen,
So
which I've never been able to do before. Like you said before, the control issues, that is real. That's a real thing
Yeah.
for almost all of us, I would like to say.
Yeah.
But
So let me ask you something. You're the CDC here, right? You're the
Yeah.
CDC. So basically, what my advice for you is to literally, you want to be able to do his complete job. So
Right.
everything he's doing, you eventually want to be able to take off his hands. But
correct.
let me tell you something, man. It is always very important. I don't know how long have you been working there.
Here,
Yeah, at the place.
I just got the job like right before we left. We just did handshakes and everything, right? Like 2 days ago. Yeah.
And he's opening in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what I mean, Brandon?
Hey, we can
That's what I was
talk
trying
off
to
the
say.
podcast. I can let you in more on it off the podcast, but I don't want that to be. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. This is a double-edged sword, man, because
Yeah.
you could either grab the bull by the horns. Listen, opening a restaurant is no joke, and I think you should be kind of freaking out, but at the same time, it's like I think what's really important is this. You can use this as a good lesson, right?
Yeah.
Like the thing is it's kind of good because he realizes that you're not going to be able to download everything, in the next couple of weeks. But the thing is what I would highly recommend is spend a little extra time to get the operation down, figure out what he wants. You guys have to go through the honeymoon stage, right?
Yeah.
Where you just get
Yeah,
to know each
you really
other.
have to.
Listen, he also might be really, it's a he, right? You're
Yeah.
a chef?
Yep.
It's a he? Yeah.
Yep.
He also might be super desperate and need a warm body. And, he chose you like on the fly because his hands are tied. But, it could be your opportunity to freaking, blow his socks off. You know what I'm saying?
He chose me. We've already talked. Like we're kind of been like doing the honeymoon period via phone, which you don't know how your flow is going to be in the kitchen, but we're getting to know each other as chefs through the phone. And like, we've gone to the local farmers markets together and kind of just like chopped it up about like styles and all this. And he chose me because I had the dopest resume he's seen since he started taking resumes for this place.
Okay.
His resume is solid,
my-
Brandon. Solid.
I
It's
got
a
this.
clean.
I'm
It's
about
a
to see
clean one.
it. Is it better than mine, Casey?
Yeah.
You see mine?
No way.
No, I mean,
No way.
okay. I mean, okay. We can't compare anything to you, Brandon.
You see
You got fucking Michelin's,
dog,
bro.
I built this pedigree resume, bro. There's like
Yours
they
is
don't make 'em
too
like,
clean.
dog. They don't.
There's
don't
like
make 'em
stages
like
to
me
it.
anymore. Yeah.
I did
Yours
almost
is
work
like
at Kobe.
another bar. Crazy.
I did almost work
Yeah,
at
no.
Comey though, and I regret not taking that job.
Yeah, Comey I would say that was one of my best dining experiences here in the Bay. I went everywhere. I went to Qua, I went to L'Atelier Cren, I went to Cezanne, I went to Benu. Let me tell you something. Comey, before they had a Michelin star,
Yeah.
bro.
Did you get that egg?
Dog, I don't even, well, this was long ago. This is a long time ago. This was right when he left. This was right when they were kind of starting, but they were just getting their wheels under them. And it was crazy because I don't know where I was eating, but one of my chef friends were like, hey, you should go across the bridge and go to this restaurant called Comey. And I'm like, all right, man, I don't have that much time, but I mean, like, do they have any Michelin stars or anything? And like, he's like, no, but it's worth it. I went there, bro. The tasting menu was like $112. Okay. And it was a better meal than Comey. I'm sorry, than Qua for sure. Hands down.
Wow.
Qua was good. And I went to Qua when Daniel Patterson was still the chef. He was still in the kitchen. But Comey was absolutely blew my socks off, man. That oyster dish, I remember that was memorable. There were so many good dishes on the menu. But
egg, the slow poached egg, and their bread that they do on the fly. They make that to order. My homeboy was the bartender at CDP, like the lead one, and he told me that they made that to order. That little bread in the like basket.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they make
that's
that
crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, it's nuts, right? Like,
yeah. So are you making the bread, or do you have a baker at the restaurant?
They are really ambitious and want to make the bread, but we don't have a pastry chef. And chef sent me to the baker's books, the baker's best friend or whatever.
Are you going to attempt baking?
No,
Is that
man.
what you're telling me right now,
I
Mike?
was like, I will read these and I will try my hardest, but every attempt of bread and pastry I've ever done has failed immensely. Unless you want some poached pears.
Okay. Listen, well, you know what? Like I feel comfortable in making bread. I made bread for my tasting. I
could
brought
do
my
bread.
sourdough starter. I brought my sourdough starter from San Francisco to fucking Montana, and it lived. It lived. I couldn't believe it lived.
Yeah, it'll live.
And
it'll live.
as soon as I touched down, it was funny because the person that I was that came in, you have any water on you? And it's funny because I'm sitting in his car and I'm I'm feeding my fucking sourdough starter. It's crazy. I was like, dude, it's crazy. Anyway, because what I did was I laid it out flat. I froze it so I could lay it flat in the suitcase. Because if you have a live active starter at the airport, they'll throw that shit away straight away.
They won't
right?
allow it. Yeah, it will blow.
No, but it was so funny. Yeah, it was so funny how. But listen, it took me a long time to learn sourdough bread. I'm going to make a recommendation, and I would outsource it. You should definitely hit up Manresa Bakery. Manresa Bakery. Oh, I don't know how far are you from Silicon Valley?
2 hours.
Yeah, fuck. That might be too far. Oh
yeah.
Oh, am I paused? No.
You're good. I'm just saying you're breaking up a bit.
So that's a little far because we're trying to keep it like as tight knit as possible.
Yeah.
There is some like decent bakeries around. I love shokupan and milk bread.
Okay.
And I think that
you're making simple breads.
I don't know yet. I know that we have a focaccia on the menu, and I
I don't
need to
know
figure
yet.
out a burger bun, and that's what I was getting at. Is that
Okay.
I think that a milk bread burger bun would be dope.
Dog, I got that on my YouTube, man. Go snag that recipe. Go snag that recipe. My G. I got the best recipe. Go. I know milk bun burger bun is the best. Milk bread burger bun. Yes, 100%. I got an easy recipe on my YouTube for sure. Go check it out. I'll send you the link after this because I agree with you. I think milk bread baked the day of. One, it's really easy. The thing is like you just need to make sure you have a proofer. You need to make sure you can have a convection oven, and you need to make sure you have space to proof this bread. And I would even say, rationale.
Yeah.
Yo, he has like 6 rationales, bro. I swear, Brandon. Yo, he took pictures of his fucking kitchen. Just every corner had a fucking combi in it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's insane.
I wouldn't even open a restaurant without a combi. Not even worth it. I'm getting a double stack. I already got the quote and everything. I already carved out the spot for it. Anyway, if you're making simple breads, then okay, great. Sourdough is a little tricky. I thought you were making sourdough, so I would just tread bread is way easier for you. You know,
our pizza dough is the sourdough.
It's easy to make. That's easy. For that? Oh, yeah.
One sec.
Damn. Oh, yeah. Recipe for the pizza?
Yeah, I'm not doing baking, or any kind of patisserie now. No. Tatans, okay, cool. Can we buy the other stuff? Yes, 100%. I'll make it off of that. I'm not making that from scratch. Are you kidding me? I don't have time to fold dough and butter together. No, absolutely not. Not doing it. Yeah. Don't pay me enough.
So my goal is to, obviously have this one restaurant. And then from there, we're going to break out. We're going to make a bakery. We're going to have a pizza restaurant, wood-fired pizza. I want to have, I want to break out. And because listen, here's the thing. You're not going to make your money off of one restaurant. It's the bottom line. You have to have multiple concepts. You have to, and they all have each other. For bakery, I want to have a retail spot, maybe a window. But other than that, wholesale only, bro. I'm not fucking around with fucking dude, it's the worst, man. Retail is the worst, but when you sell wholesale, that's where you make money. Yeah. You can sell to local grocery stores. That's where you make money.
Brandon's trying to take over the world. That's what he's trying to do right now. That's exactly what the fuck he's trying to do.
Like my job was like, where I work now, I get paid a lot of money where I work, like a shit ton of money. But they were super surprised. But zero resistance, which was amazing. but at the same time, like it's time to move on, man. Like I'm over California, man. I'm done. I'm over it, bro. I want freedom. That's what I want. I'm just gonna say it. I want freedom. I can't handle this shit anymore.
He wants
It's crazy,
a ranch.
man. California's not what it used
He
to be
wants
like.
a farm.
Well, that's
You
that's
just
the
need
thing, though.
land.
Yeah, you're gonna see me lassoing cows out there.
Yeah, dude, for real.
I would pay to see
Yeah.
that actually.
Yeah.
Too.
But
funny.
that's the thing here is like I feel that like if we come out the gate solid enough because there's no good food, there's like all right food. I'll tell you, man, every time we go out, we're like, I'm prepping my head like, don't get excited so that I'm not disappointed. So if we do this right, then we're fine. That's another part of the reason why I'm not tripping, because I seen Chef's pedigree. I know my pedigree. And between the two of us, we should be able to put together something very enjoyable for the area.
Nice.
But it's crazy to think that like I went from the Bay Area back to my roots and now trying to do something Bay Area-esque.
Yeah.
You know?
But listen, here's the thing. If you would look, let's be honest, before the panorama, if I would have said, hey guys, I'm opening a restaurant in Montana, you'd have been like, what? That's fucking stupid.
I would have made fun of you.
Why the
sure.
fuck? What the hell? What the hell? Why would you want to move out of California? The vegetables listen, arguably, California has the best produce. I don't care what anybody says. Best produce in the States. Best fucking produce. Best vegetables, best fruits. I don't care what you say about your damn Jersey tomatoes. Don't give a fuck.
Look, man, I was gonna say Jersey tomatoes, bro.
That's all you.
Or
That's
fucking
all you got,
apples
bro.
here in New York, bro.
Okay, yeah. Look, I will be honest. Apples in the Midwest, though, the apples I had in Chicago.
Oh,
can't even
Chicago.
compare to
Okay,
the ones-
okay, Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They came from like
Yeah.
Illinois, and they were. No, I'm sorry, the Michigan. They came from Michigan apples. They were like absolutely candy.
That was another thing though too in the like agreement is they're okay with me filming content
Using
there.
social, filming content.
And Marco is right there. He's in that same town. Yeah.
Like literally in the same town?
Yeah, he lives in the exact same town.
Yo, I'm gonna reach out to Marco then. Just in case like he didn't see you.
No, I reached out to him on
comment you back?
Instagram, and I'm holding him in my pocket a little bit so that I have another little leverage. I'm gonna be like, look, this is my homie.
Your homie. Yeah.
And he just brought the whole town into the restaurant.
But I mean, like, did he message you back? Is that what it is?
Yeah. We had a whole little conversation.
Oh, okay. Good. Yeah. Good. I was like, yo, I'm gonna fucking call him right now. Put Marco on right now, bro. Yeah, he's a fucking homie right now.
Yeah, he's cool. All
right. Well, as Brandon is trying to get back, I think that was pretty solid. Anyway, Mike, if you don't mind, if you just can kind of say your socials once again, that way I'll tag it underneath the video and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sexy_comida on Instagram and sexy comida one word on TikTok, and those are the two that I got.
Gotcha, Brandon. I'm doing the pre-closing that way, just in case you exit out again. Yeah, but I'll make sure it's all good. All right, but anyway, I'll make sure to have Mike's details underneath all below and all his contact.
Man.
That way you guys can follow him. But I'm just gonna say just don't mind Brandon's little warbly noises. I'm gonna keep some of this in there because it's kind of funny. I'm gonna just keep it in there and then we'll see how that goes.